Hey everybody, are you looking for a cube steak recipe that is fork tender, smothered in gravy? Then guys, this is it. I haven't had cube steak in a very long time, but this is a foolproof recipe that will have you turning back to make cube steak time and time again. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel with notifications and share this video. Hit the thumbs up and leave a comment down below. If you're interested in today's recipe ingredients, you will find those throughout the video. So I have my cube steaks, and they're here at room temperature. This is roughly about two pounds of cube steak. Let me just double check to make sure. Yeah, so about 1¼ pounds of cube steak, and they're cut into about 5 pieces here. And I have some kosher salt and pepper that I mixed together, and we're going to use all of it, but we're just going to divide this. So season both sides of your room temperature cube steak with the salt and pepper mixture. And I'm going to also do a little bit of paprika, which I totally love. You can use sweet smoked paprika. That's my favorite. So season both sides. So after seasoning your cube steaks, we're going to do the flour. So I have here in the bowl some cornstarch and some flour. Of course, the measurements should come up in the screen for you. And we're just going to whisk the two together. I have here some salt and pepper, the remaining salt and pepper. I'm just going to whisk that into the flour. If you want to add some paprika to the flour, you can as well. So after seasoning the flour, we're just going to take our steak, press it into the flour. Just coat both sides. And I'm going to set this on a plate for this to dry for about 10 minutes. Keep in mind your steaks should be at room temperature as well. I'm using the Tuxton pans. To find out more about them, just check the description box. We're going to begin by heating our skillet here on high. And I'm going to just put in my butter. And that's 4 tablespoons of butter, along with a tablespoon and a half of some oil. You can use some vegetable oil, canola oil, fresh oil, leftover oil will work. So after melting together the butter and oil, we're just going to place our cube steaks into the pan here. It should be nice and hot. Starting to get that nice bubbly effect going on here. I'm going to tilt the pan just to get some of that fat under it. Yeah, I'm going to put one more in. Normally I wouldn't overcrowd my pans, but this will work. So I'm going to allow this to sit here and just cook. I'm going to keep the heat between medium to medium high heat. I'm going to let this cook for about 4 minutes, and I'm going to give them a flip. I just want to cook it till they get a nice golden brown color, and then flip them. Okay, so it's been 4 minutes. I'm going to give them a flip. I've been just fluctuating my heat between medium to medium high. So now I'm going to let these cook for another 4 minutes. Ooh, smells good in here. So our steak is done. So far, we're going to cook this longer. I'm going to remove it from the pan, set it aside. Now, as we made the gravy, our steak is going to sit and rest. I'm going to return my heat back to high. Now, to my pan here, I'm going to add 1 diced white onion. You can use a yellow onion or a red onion, but let's say I use a white onion. I just like the flavor of it. And I have 1 red bell pepper that I just sort of chopped. If you don't like bell peppers, you can leave it out. If you want to add mushrooms, this will be the point. You will add the mushrooms after the veggies cook for a couple of minutes. But I'm going to leave the mushrooms out today. So I'm just gonna cook these veggies on medium-high heat for about 3 minutes. I just want to brown the veggies a little bit. Not really brown, but kind of sweat them. So we'll be back. So our veggies have cooked for a few minutes. So now we're gonna add our garlic. We do the garlic last. I'm just gonna cook that garlic for about 30 seconds. So I have my flour that I'm gonna add to this. I'm just going to sprinkle my flour over. If I think that my pan needs more oil, I'll add it. I think I will add a little bit more oil. I always try to do equal parts of fat and flours for my roux. So I'm going to just stir everything around. And I'm just going to cook this just until the flour begins to brown a bit. So this is going to take on a whole new color. It's going to take about 6 to 8 minutes or so on medium heat. Just stirring your vegetables really good. Make sure all that raw flour is being cooked. This will prevent you from having a lumpy gravy. So my flour mixture has cooked a bit, so I just broke up my whisk. And I have here some flour that I have some water that I'm going to pour in and just sort of whisk it vigorously. Just whisking really well, make sure that all that flour is being incorporated with this water. I did it until it was about a nice light brown color. If you want to do darker for your gravy, of course, just let it brown a little bit longer. So to this, I'm going to add my bouillon. If you want to use chicken or beef bouillon, it's totally up to you. So I'm just stirring just to be sure that all of this gravy is going to be smooth. And because we use the bouillon, I know it's enough salt in here, so I'm just hit it with a little bit of black pepper. If your gravy's too thick, of course, add a little bit more water to balance it out. Whisk. I have my oven preheated at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. These pans are safe for the oven up to 350 degrees, which are perfect. So I'm going to submerge my steaks back into this gravy, turn off the heat, and I'm just going to sort of tint the top of this pan with a piece of tin foil, and then I'm going to let this bake in my preheated 350 degree oven for 45 minutes. And of course I'll give them a stir occasionally while they're in the oven. So here is my cube steak. I let it bake in the oven for a total of 35 minutes, and they came out really beautiful, really nice in the pans. They didn't stick. And I served it with some jasmine rice, and I got a little bit of spinach here. It's going to be absolutely delicious. Please subscribe to my channel. Please support me. Please share my videos. Please help me out. I'm trying to accomplish some goals. I really appreciate every last one of you. So let's go ahead and give this a taste. If you wanted to serve this with just veggies, just to keep it, without any grains, you're trying to be careful of starches, you could do that. Or you can serve this with egg noodles, red potatoes, definitely. So it's very tender. It'll show you the inside there. Beautiful. I mean, it's really, I sliced it with a butter knife with no effort. So let's give this a taste. It just melts in your mouth. You can taste all those onions and bell peppers. It's just such a beautiful combination. Yum. That gravy is nice and thick. It sticks to the rice lovely. It has a beautiful color. It gained tremendous color from it sitting in the oven with all those flavors marrying together. So guys, there you have it. How to make a super easy, tender, foolproof cube steak and gravy, smothered cube steak. Okay, if you have any questions or comments or recipe requests, please leave that down below. Please come back. I have lots of exciting recipes to come. I have a couple of no-bake cheesecakes coming, so be on the lookout. Please remember to live and be well, and let's stand strong together. Thank you for watching.
Let's go!